Hello, my absolutely beautiful Sagittarius friends, and welcome to your horoscope for 2023, where this year, Sagittarius, my word for you is a word I really think that you're going to love, and that is to go on the adventure. Adventure out there. Go see what you're made of. Go hold the vision. Use those beautiful Sagittarian legs of yours and that beautiful adventurous spirit and go on the adventure. It is waiting and it is calling to you. Man, let's get ready to see what 2023 has to hold for you. Now, something that I want to remind you is that here in the yearly, we're going to get a high-level overview of what's going on, but we will cover all of the retrogrades, all of the transits, all of the movement every week and every month on this channel. So don't worry, you're not going to be missing a thing, but I want to give you a view of what that cosmic sky has got in place for you. So first things first, as we're coming into 2023, we are coming in with both Mercury and Mars in retrograde, okay? So this is an immediate signature to us, Sagittarius, that we are not whipping and rushing anything into 2023. Instead, we're coming in with high vibration, but very reflective, right? We need to be reflecting, Sagittarius, on where you're going next. And so it's like, I think about that hero's beautiful adventurous journey and kind of plotting the course. And this is where we're plotting the course here at the beginning of 2023, so that as the hero takes this journey, there's a little bit more information about the pitfalls and the monsters and the excitement and the things to see and the things that they will encounter. So I very much so would love for you to take that vision with you as you're moving through the beginning of the year. Now we've got Mars, who is retrograde in Gemini, across the street from you in that 7th house energy. And we're going to see Mars being in retrograde until January 12th. So lots of review around your strategy about relationships in your life. Who's in your network? Who are the people who you are really, they get to stay and be a part of your personal, conscious, chosen one-on-one relationship sphere. Because remember, you're the average of the 5 people you surround yourself with, Sagittarius. So who's in your network, right? But also this question of in your relationships, how do you need to navigate? What do you need to do? What do you want? What are you passionate about? Are you surrounding yourself with people who can help you go where you're going, and you're doing the same for them, right? This is really this energy of everybody's got to be supporting. These one-on-one relationships have to be cyclical in nature. Everybody's got to be giving, okay? Now, we're seeing Mercury retrograde here in the energy of Capricorn. So this is lighting up your 2nd house space. Now, one of the things that I want to bring your attention to right away is that in January of 2022, we had Venus retrograde in this energy of Capricorn. So there was a revaluing that was definitely happening around your money. And one of the things I kind of was thinking about for you is, were you getting ready in January of 2022 for the adventure that you're taking on now here in 2023? So relationships, financially, things would have need to have been sorted out at that time. Now we've also got Pluto in the late degrees of Capricorn, but it is still here in the 2nd house as well, at least until March. So we've got Pluto putting plenty of influence here into this Mercury retrograde as you're considering what is going on. So, are you looking at, have you been working on things with your finances? Have things been on hold with finances and now they're getting sorted out as we're coming into 2023? So you have, more clarity of the assets that you have. Whatever it is, or any fears or any burdens that have been associated with this area, we're going to see them getting a review right now, and then as we get towards March, really falling away from you, okay? Now, speaking of this March time frame, we are going to see Saturn on March 7th moving out of this energy of Aquarius and moving into the energy of Pisces, okay? So as Saturn has been traveling for the last couple of years in the energy of Aquarius, it's really been lighting up your 3rd house. So all things communication, education, your network of people, right? Things around electronics, transportation, short distance travel. I like to put familial relationships in here as well, like your siblings, but also, sometimes you have that cousin that is like your sibling, and sometimes you even like that cousin more than you like your sibling, right? So I like to put cousins in this area as well. So whatever it's been, there is a communication and an ease and a learning style that's been available to you that you've really been working on, and you've been bringing it to the next level. I think you've also, Sagittarius, had an opportunity with Saturn here that is trying to take you to the next level, bring your maturity to the next level, bring your attention, your mastery to the next level. It's been an energy for you where maybe you did enter some contracts and you took on some commitments that you were going to be in for the next little bit. And it's really been about changing the quality and the state of your mind and your understanding. How do you analyze things? What are the perspectives you come at? Whatever it is, you've definitely, I think, had some work as Saturn has been traveling through that Aquarian energy. And now Saturn moves into the energy of Pisces. This is going to light up your fourth house space, home, family, real estate, property, things with your parents or your household. Now, I also, Sagittarius, put the actual structure of your house in here as well. So, the bathroom, does it need a renovation? Are you changing it around? Do you need to sell this house? Whatever it is, this falls in here as well, okay? So Saturn, again, if this area needs development, it can feel like Saturn has got you limited and under its thumb. And I will tell you, if that is your experience here, go to Saturn and ask what the lesson is. Don't push back against Saturn because you're not going to win. Ask Saturn, what is the lesson around this fourth house area of my life I need to develop? And Saturn always is willing to help the willing. It's not going to help you like Venus will, where it kisses your hand and your hair while you're learning, but it will help you to develop the mastery that's needed. Now, if in this fourth house area, it's pretty solid, Saturn is going to lift and celebrate that level of achievement, okay? So one of the other things I think of is for many, many people, life has changed significantly. So this may also be your calling to be opening your own work from home business. Now, as times have changed, as we push more into this digital revolution, we have to start to look at this fourth house as a workplace as well. So there can be some things you're learning over the next couple years about how you even turn your home into a space that you are working as well. Now, also in March, we are going to see Pluto make a significant shift out of the energy of Capricorn, where it has been working since 2008. And we talked a little bit about that around your resources. But now it's going to peak itself forward into the energy of Aquarius, which is now going to begin to really transform your third house, okay? So in this space with Pluto in Aquarius, where maybe you were taking on some education or you were starting to communicate or think differently, Pluto is really going to come and destroy what does not work anymore, right? So in your communication, how you're communicating with people, what you're learning, what are your priorities? What do you want? How serious are you about getting that education or teaching that class or writing that book? Because as Pluto comes here, what cannot exist anymore has to die off so that you can phoenix, right? You've got to be the bird rising from the ashes. Now it's Pluto. It doesn't mean that it's easy peasy lemon squeezy, right? Some of these things that you need to shed are really about that worked for you for a very long time, and that line of thinking will not serve you anymore. So genuinely, how you think, how you communicate, things with your siblings, again, things in your neighborhood or your network are going to change significantly because you need to have the right tribe and vibration with you as you're moving forward. So really a big change, but we're not getting the full meal deal here with Pluto in Aquarius, because Pluto is going to retrograde and get back into this Capricorn energy. So we'll really talk a lot more about the effects of Pluto in Aquarius as we're traveling in this 2024 time frame. Okay, so kind of keep that in mind, though, that you're getting a pretty serious peek at the changes that are available, because also as Pluto makes these changes, Pluto is also the energy of power and influence. So if you have a voice, if you have a platform, if you know another language and you can bridge the gap for somebody, you have power and influence, and it will be time for you to get pretty serious about making that a priority, to consider what it is that you're saying, how you're saying it, and the effect that it's having once it's delivered. Okay, when we get to April 20th, we're going to enter into the eclipse season now. So we are going to change axes from the Taurus and Scorpio axes on this one, but we're also not done with Taurus Scorpio, so don't give up on them yet, okay? So as we get to this April 20th new moon solar eclipse, it's going to be at 29 degrees of Aries. So this lights up your 5th house space. So we're thinking children, self-expression, play, sports, romance, joy, pleasure. You take a risk here. For my people who are into sports, this is a sporting energy, right? Any place where you kind of have to take a risk to come out here, this is where we see the 5th house. Now, I also like to put starting new businesses. If you're going to have conception, whether that's of a person or an adoption, or you are conceiving a new business and coming out and taking that adventure, again, remember, Sagittarius, you're called to some kind of adventure this year. So what's the adventure you're going on? Because any one of these, the eclipses are calling your attention to it, okay? So one of the things that this eclipse, I think, gives you the opportunity to examine is that, first of all, Aries is a good strategist. And at 29 degrees, it is a strong vibration to help you strategize a plan. You know, what do you need to do to bridge the gap or to go on the adventure of this 5th house? What solutions do you need? Do you need some mentorship? Are you going to be acting as a mentor to someone and it's a pretty serious role that you're taking on? Whatever it is, Aries is a good strategist to help you initiate and get things moving. So really exciting. As we get to May 5th, we're going to have a lunar eclipse that's going to happen in Scorpio, lighting up that 12th house space for you. And this is all things hidden or behind the scenes. So if you're studying something behind the scenes, you need to be researching. You know, if you are working on your health, your healing, mental health, addictions, spiritual health and wellness, if you're breathing in spiritual content or working on something in the metaphysical plane, you can see these here as well. Secrets come out of here, things that we do in secret, right? We do them here, and then as soon we're going to see this move to the 1st house, so then we'll see all the secrets, right? So whether that's a project or an affair, whatever it is you're working on in that 12th house space, it will come to light eventually. But as this eclipse is happening and is asking us to end something, acknowledge something, or make an adjustment, right? Prepare yourself with the things you're working on behind the scenes to make their way to the light. Make sure that you are using this energy of Scorpio to dig deep into whatever you are working on, karma, passion, healing, because whatever you're working on is deep research, and they are the goods that help you go on this next life-changing adventure that you're going to take on, okay? When we get to the 14th, we've got a solar eclipse now happening at 21 degrees of Libra, and this is going to light up your 11th house space. And Sagittarius, I just can't love this more. I cannot love this more for you. The possibilities here are vast, but the 11th house is friends, social groupings, organizations that you're attached to, social media, but it's also your long-range goals, dreams, designs, and aspirations that you have for yourself. So as you are having this new moon solar eclipse, it's your chance to plant your seeds of intention, to say, what are my goals long term? And how do I create a partnership with those goals to make it happen? Instead of treating my life like it is my slave, I treat life like I am in partnership with it and go on the adventure of interdependence and relationship. Who are my friends who are helping me take initiative to to work on my projects, to be my friends, to teach me how to be a friend so that, I can have friends? What are the community events that you're getting involved with, humanitarian causes, and you want to use that big adventurous spirit and that big voice that you have to maybe bring a new philosophy to the table or share a message, right? Whatever it is, there's a real opportunity to strengthen the connection of balance and partnership and friendship that you have available to you to help get things done, okay? The last eclipse we're going to have for the year is going to be on October 28th at 5 degrees of Taurus. And this is, of course, going to light up that 6th house space for you. Health, fitness, nutrition, daily routines, mundane activities, co-workers, the mundane things you do in your daily schedule. Also, if you are a freelancer, this is an eclipse you want to be paying attention to because it's about work and work projects. Other things I think of, I put small animals or people that you are in service to or entities that you are in service to also will come under this energy. Now, this eclipse again is asking us with a fair amount of intensity, I think, because Jupiter and Uranus are also in the presence of this eclipse, but it is asking us to end something, acknowledge something, or to adjust something. And for you, this has so much to do with your value, right? And I think that Sagittarius, at this point in the year, you are able to communicate and understand something about yourself in terms of your value structure, that as you shine that out to the world, or as you're showing up in your daily routine, someone is taking note that you bring a real value. Now, something else I think of here too is that truly, if in your health, wealth, and nutritional life, you don't feel like you have a team, you do not have a practitioner that you feel like is actually helping you, if you've been going to this therapist and you are making no progress, but you are being genuinely honest, it may be a really awesome time to be reviewing who's in your network to help you be healthy and be successful and support you on your adventure as well. But what I also want to tell you is that the growth mindset is very useful for you as you get to the end of the year. What do you want to do? What makes you want to celebrate life and be a part of the adventure? And continue to bring that into your everyday existence, right? You were ruled by Jupiter. There is an abundance of wisdom and joy and laughter and optimism that is available to you if you're not trapped in thinking there's only one way or it's only the Sagittarius way, right? There is an expansion that is available to you. So I think it's really important to keep that in mind. Now, when we get to May 17th, let's back up just a little bit here. When we get to May 17th, we have got Jupiter moving out of the energy of Aries, a fellow fire energy, which, let's be clear, Jupiter has run through Aries. Like it was quick, fast, like nobody's business. And this was in your 5th house, okay? It was that house of joy, pleasure, play, children, expansion, being a child, right? So maybe you're looking at your parents also, or if you are a parent, you're looking at your children. But there's also pleasure and romance that's available here. And Jupiter is here to expand this energy as it travels through Aries, and then it will move into Taurus, okay? So then it's going to move into this 6th house space. So as a mutable sign, you are predispositioned to worry. Mutable energy will worry. The nervous system gets taxed, okay? So as we see Jupiter here in the energy of Taurus, and we're looking at your daily routines, your being, your health, your wellness, if your daily routine is off, Jupiter will expand the offness, but it will also bring you a really big fat magnifying glass to say, hold on, this is not going well, and I need to either invite a teacher in or another set of eyes to bring some wisdom to how I can get my nutrition on track, how I can get my health and my daily routine on track, right? But also, if it's going well, Jupiter will expand this area of your life. So maybe you're taking on more projects because you're feeling healthy, wealthy, wise, on par, and ready to not only take that beautiful, healthy version of yourself out and you're ready to expand, but there's also this energy that you're available to do it, okay? I do think too, in Taurus, it's a Venus energy. So there is a signature of how you make money or the value structure here. So truly, like, you know, is this the time in your life, Sagittarius, where you need to be rebuilding that resume? You need to be rebuilding that portfolio. You need to be rebuilding something that is like your calling card, you know, so that as you take yourself out on this adventure in the world, you can put yourself out there and have really great representation of what it is that you have to offer. So Jupiter will certainly help you with that, but also keep in mind, Jupiter is going to move quite rapidly through Taurus as well, but then we'll also visit what Jupiter has brought to your attention in its retrograde, okay? And again, we'll cover all of the retrogrades and all of that good stuff in the weekly and the monthly videos. Now, please do keep in mind before we wrap up here that while Mercury retrogrades will be covered in the weeklies and monthlies, Mercury has switched its retrograde from air signs to earth signs. So earth signs work in the material plane. I can touch it, I can taste it, it's tangible, right? Air signs think about it, percolate the ideas, talk about it. But now it's time to take the ideas you've been working on and make them touchable, tangible in the material plane. So a lot of what you may be redoing is really about getting your feet on the ground. Bring that idea out of the skies and bring it to the earth. So we'll talk about all of that as we travel along together. All right, my beautiful Sagittarian friends, go on the adventure this year and let me know how it's manifesting for you in the comment section down below. I love you. Have a great year.